Okay, moving right along in our summaries of Think and Grow Rich. We're now in the chapter on organized planning, which is chapter 7, organized planning. And this is the longest chapter in the book, but it's really not a chapter so much about organized planning. It's really a chapter about developing leadership skills and avoiding the traits of people that fail to accomplish their goals and dreams. But he does talk a little bit about planning at the beginning. And so I would simply rename the chapter leadership or something like that, or developing leadership skills, whatever. But he does talk about organized planning in the beginning of the chapter. And what he basically says is, he being Napoleon Hill, of course, what he basically says is that in order for you to accomplish this monumental thing that you're setting out to do, to acquire this amount of money, pursue this goal or this dream, then obviously you're going to have some really set in stone plans to make it happen. And then he says you don't want to go it alone. He begins talking about the organization or the putting together of what he calls the mastermind group. Now, he's sort of jumping ahead of himself because he's going to talk about more specifically the mastermind group in chapter 10, but he does allude to them in this chapter on organized planning. And what he basically says is surround yourself with people who have experience, knowledge, wisdom, who can help you put together those plans that are going to move you in the direction of accomplishing your goal or achieving the amount of money that you want to achieve. And then he says, don't just think that the first set of plans is all you need. He said it may be that you put together some plans and the plans fail. So he says, don't give up. Get your group together again and restructure your plans and do them again. Then after that, he talks about leadership skills. And he just sort of lays out a list of the qualities or the character traits of leaders and how they use their skills. He calls them the major attributes of leadership, things like unwavering courage, self-control, a keen sense of justice, definiteness of decision, definiteness of plans, the habit of doing more than what you're paid for, a pleasing personality, sympathy and understanding, mastery of detail, willingness to assume full responsibility, and cooperation. He said those are the attributes of leadership that you need to develop. And then he talks about the causes of failure when it comes to being a leader. He says the inability to organize details, or the unwillingness to render humble service, the expectation of pay for what they know instead of what they do. Another one, number 4, is the fear of competition from followers. Number 5, lack of imagination. Number 6, selfishness. Number 7, intemperance. 8, disloyalty. 9, emphasis of the authority of leadership. 10, emphasis of title. These are all the attributes of people that tend to fail in their leadership endeavors. So as you read through the chapter on organized planning, you'll see very quickly that putting together a plan of action is really a small part of it. The bigger part is having the leadership skills within yourself to be able to lead a team of people or even lead yourself to accomplishing those goals and that amount of money that you're setting out to accomplish. Hey, if you're enjoying this content, let me encourage you to go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It'll do a lot to advance this channel. You'll be doing me a favor.